Welcome to Sprints. Perfect. I'm pretty sure no one was here while I was muted anyway, which is great because hopefully we're crossing our fingers. I had everything set. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Escape the Readathon Sprints. We are very close to the end of the month. Not sure if any teams have escaped, if any of them are close to reaching the escape pod. We're going to keep everything close to our chest. So make sure that you are keeping everything a secret. It adds to the fun. But I also hope that you are having some good reads this month. Let me know what you're working on. If you are quite tired after running from those aliens and you've decided these sprints are going to be used for self-care, non-reading activities, you are also more than welcome to let us know what you're going to be getting up to. And then let me see here though, where are we as far as I did see one comment that I wanted to highlight because people are probably like, what the heck is going on? A spicy cinnamon roll. And yes, I wasn't joking. Our engineers are hungry. And it seems as though I'm not necessarily a spicy cinnamon roll, but I think that's what the lore has turned into. I don't think that's where it started, but that's where we are now. And I mean, the engineers are all for cannibalism, so are we surprised? No one should be surprised that it's gotten to this point in the month. But I'm really excited that you guys are here to hang out with me while we're reading. And this is a great question. How is everyone doing? I'm doing great. I had a lovely morning. I went for a walk. And now I'm about to start a new book. And I think it's fitting because we are the robotics team. I am finally starting the Infinite Sadness of Small Appliances by Glenn Dixon. I know that Rachel, who's an engineer, just mentioned that she finished the book, which I think is so funny because we're like flip flopping because I think you're starting The Princess Bride, which is very funny. And then, yes, hello, everybody. I see all the hellos. It's really lovely to see some botanists in the comments, which is great. Hello, Andrea. Hope you're having a great day. Also see some scientists, which is awesome. Ooh, why are we eating Leandra? Don't worry about it. Well, we're not. That's the thing. We're not. Because we're not going to need any more food. We're all escaping. I don't think that's possible for everyone to escape, but let's just pretend. You know what? We're in the purple clouds, as my timer suggests. We're just going to pretend today that we're all going to be capable of escaping. Let's keep the vibes positive, and we're not eating Leandra. Okay, friends, it's not going to happen. But reading more cat manga, that sounds lovely. Let's do that. Let's do that instead. And then, reading Clockwork Price, interesting. Finishing my last Warrior Cats, another kind of cat type book. Awesome. More botanists are in the chat, which is awesome. Oh, it's super nice outside, but sadly there are children, so I'm hiding. Sounds like a millennial if I didn't already know one, but that's how I am too. Children, lovely for those who enjoy them. I'm always like, oh gosh, how do I talk to these things? So yeah, I'm with you on that one. But much love to the children in the chat, to the parents in the chat, those who love their little cousins, nieces, nephews, all that good stuff. And happy Saturday. Yes. Oh, I don't know about you all, but I needed the weekend. I'll tell you that right now. I needed the weekend, which is so awful for me to say because I just got back from holiday. I was on vacation for 10 days, but I think that's why I have almost the kind of aftershocks of being away and then having to get back into normal life. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, how do I do it? How do I survive? And I'm getting back to normal, which is good. But I'm very happy that it's the weekend. And then, listening to Metal Slinger, awesome. I believe is that the sequel to something, or is that the first book in the series? I know it's Romantasy, so you guys can be very proud of me for remembering that. Allons-y! Yes! Need me to start Monday next week. Yes, Readathon, please don't eat me because there's another team that I need to help support. Are you really going to take Monica? Like, are you going to make her grieve for me? Really? The love of my life? I don't know if I could let you guys do that. I might have to fight you off. You're my engineers, but I don't think I could let you force me to abandon Monica, becoming a widow so young. But anywho, yeah, and also let me know. I know obviously we're focused on Escape the Readathon because there's so much work has been done by Lexi, which we really, really appreciate. Honestly, her brain, I'm so impressed with everything she's done. But we also have another few readathons that people are getting excited for. I know Tarot Readathon's happening, and so is Amazing Readathon. I'm sure some of you are thinking after this, I need a break from competition. So you might just be taking a break from readathons altogether. And I also fully understand that. So feel free to let us know what other teams you're repping, or if you're following any of the hosts who are moving on to Tarot or moving on to Amazing Readathon, because I know there's going to be a lot of fun to be had as well. Hello, Deb. I also see that Court is here. Hello. Yeah, hope there's no children in the chat. That's true. It's not really children friendly. We're talking about eating people. Oh, goodness gracious. Reading The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez, crocheting a gay water bottle holder. Oh my gosh, that sounds great. The water bottle holder, crocheting it, awesome. I'm very impressed with that. City of Dust, awesome. Needed a weekend deeply in my soul. Yes, Andrea, you are speaking for me because that's how I felt too. Let's see. Emily's not reading, but you have to write a paper. Good. Honestly, know what you got to take care of. Readathons are fun. Reading is fun, but we don't want it to take the precedence over necessary tasks, learning, education, work, all of that stuff. Ooh, a pot roast in the oven, lovely. The Time Machine graphic novel. That's a great way too to just kind of enjoy your weekend with graphic novels, manga, maybe some cat manga. I don't know. I'm just saying, guys. If you haven't read cat manga, I don't think you've lived. I think you need to, because it's amazing. I love cat manga so much. What if the engineers eat? No, at least what a love story, a tragic love story. We both die together. I don't know if cannibalism is the most romantic way to go, but I guess we got to do what we have. So it's whatever, it's fine. Um, and then so sad the readathon's almost over. I know. I've had so much fun. I don't know if I told you guys, but like Escape the Readathon, this is my first time participating in it. I don't know what I was doing in years past, but I've had so much fun. I'm so grateful that Lexi invited me to be a co-host because it's been a blast with all my co-hosts, with all of those participating. You all have been so awesome. It's been a really truly a month of fun. I think we've all had such a great time. Only got 3 hours of sleep. Oh, speaking of lovely co-hosts, the anxiety to escape is crazy right now. Dreaming. We're all gonna be having like nightmares of aliens not allowing us to exit. We were making jokes about the idea of like someone accidentally like opening the airlock. It's just like, you know what? In this readathon, that could totally happen. No one would be surprised if that actually went down. Escape is my one and only readathon for the year. Couldn't skip it. Oh, that's really sweet. And I understand, especially if it's one that you look forward to every single year and you're thinking, I'm not missing this. You're going to recuperate after that. And I'm sure it was definitely worth it to have this one exception so you can participate in Escape. Spoilers for the Amazing Readathon. Love to see it, Lucas. And also, when it comes to that, that's a non-competitive team. So if people are thinking they could do a readathon, but a competitive readathon is not in the cards, nudge, nudge, tarot. I threw in a pun there for you guys. Amazing Readathon does have a non-spoiler team. I'm not, or a non-spoiler team has a non-competitive team. It also, I guess, could be non-spoilers because we don't want to be throwing spoilers out there. I'm not sure if tarot does as well, but I've only heard good things about that Readathon too. So you really can't go wrong with whichever one you participate in. I know a lot of people are participating in both, which sounds great too. Engineers, Spoilers and Swords next month. Awesome. Team Swords, Team Pandorica, and Purple Cabin. Oh my gosh. Bo, the person who just said she like only slept 3 hours last night and now she's like jumping into the deep end with all of these readathons. I wish I could be you. I bow down to you. That is amazing. People-shaped candies, that's what we mean. Exactly, that's what we're doing here. Like with like Christmas or like Easter candies, how they kind of have them in the shapes of things. Yeah, we're just talking about chocolate. That's all we're talking about. Allons-y, Team Cups, awesome. Swords and Torchwood, great. Team Pandorica. I also love the variety. I think that's the most fun is the fact that because there's competitive teams, there's different personas you can take, and everyone just kind of goes and can represent everybody, which is really fun. Ooh, Winter's Orbit. I've been meaning to read that. I've said that too many times, honestly, but it looks really fun. I really enjoy sci-fi, and I feel as though that's one of the few areas where I can go for romance. So sci-fi romance, that sounds great. Hope you're enjoying it. Let me also scroll down to the bottom just so I'm not missing those as they come in. Also met some great crazy cat. I did. You're not wrong. I'm hoping that we can keep alliances again. It's always fun to meet accountable until you become on the menu. I think that's the thing. Alliances can change quite quickly, is what I've learned. So excited for amazing readathon. Also moving. Oh, so June will be a bit crazy. Yes. And it's all in good fun. So if you end up getting distracted, moving is quite a stressful thing that you want to make sure that you're fully focused on. No one's going to begrudge you. So make sure everyone knows that too. Oh, this is a good question. So my let me back up a little bit. My hoodie, it says okay, this is also not children friendly. Murder Night in Blood Forest. It's from Welcome to Night Vale. This is a podcast. It also has books. They wrote books as well, and it's like a kind of like a cosmic sci-fi fantasy horror podcast, which is super fun. And they're on tour. I think they might still be on tour in Europe, but I ended up getting to see their live show of Murder Night in Blood Forest, and it was super fun. So once again, sorry, friends, for not being children friendly. We're talking about murder and a forest of blood. My bad. And then Escape has really helped me beat a reading slump. It's been my best reading month of the year so far. Oh my gosh, that's so lovely to hear, Ellie. And also, like, the good FYI about reading slumps, if those are finding themselves in reading slumps, just take some time for yourself. Allow yourself to reread, again, manga, graphic novel, or don't read. You can use these sprints to relax a little bit. So don't, if we're worried about reading slumps, we want to avoid those. Team Geronimo, awesome. Love to see it. Hello, more. I just got home running errands. Hopefully, we can get a little reading done. Love to have you. Hopefully, we can keep you focused. Hello, Julia. Hello to everybody. Awesome. Just realized I have YouTube going on 3 devices. Do you have 3 me's? Can you imagine, like, surround sound? You've got Leandra in every single room. I wouldn't recommend it. I think I would be overwhelmed, but if that's how you like to do reading sprints, I'll support it. I'll support you. And then welcome to Night Vale. You love it. Yes. Though I've fallen off for a while. I will say that I'm nowhere near up to date. Like, they're continuing to make episodes, and it's far ahead of what I've listened to, but I do need to get back into it. I started quite late. Like, I only ended up starting listening to it like a couple of years ago, but it's been really fun. So love to see another fan in the comments. Hello, Beth. Feeling bad again. Going to buy what? Oh, Ash, I'm so sorry. I hope feel better. Take a nap. Fluids. This is another thing. We get distracted. We're having a lot of fun. We don't want to miss out on anything, but we need to sleep. We need to eat. We need to drink water. So make sure we're doing that. Not that you're neglecting yourself, Ash. I'm using you to remind everyone else to kind of take care of themselves too. So you're doing the right thing. So glad to have you for a little bit of time. Reminds me of a line in a song. If the dinner is free and the dinner ain't we, Annette, I don't know what that song is, but that's hilarious. Hello, welcome. Team Swords for Tarot. Awesome. Love to see it. You guys are making me want to join Tarot, but I'm co-hosting amazing. So I'm going to have to live vicariously through you all. So yeah, please have the best time. So much, almost, one might say too much Leandra. And then, yeah, all the all the Leandras for sure. No, it's not gross. It's so delicious. It keeps us alive. Ugh, I love water. I'm just gonna say that right now. As someone who, like, I'm one of those people, which I know some people will be like, oh gosh, Leandra, where every meal I'm always wanting water. I'll take others. I'm also that person who'll have 2 or 3 drinks in front of me. So that might be like, people are like, we are not the same. Good afternoon, Caitlin. Reading The Night Prince, rotating napping. Lovely. Oh, because you're sick. That's not so lovely. I'm sorry. I hope you feel better too. Yeah, we all got to take care of ourselves. Summer is just around the corner. This is the last time we want to be sick. Joining Amazing and Tarot. Awesome. Both readathons are so much fun. Couldn't decide. And you don't need to. That's the beauty of it, right? And then we've got another team engineers. Hello. We'll be busy on Allons-y with the bad girl of booktube. That's me. I'm never gonna live that down. And then Mignonica romance. Oh gosh, I know. We'll see. You guys are gonna have to help me. We gotta woo her. You guys gotta make me look cool as I'm like flirting with her. In the cool of the evening. Oh, I'm gonna have to look into that. Okay. Could you hear me? I was like trying to find a tune with it, and I just don't know what that song is. So oh my gosh, we're at 15 minutes, friends. And I promised myself, I promised you all when you weren't here that I'm going to keep you focused today. So we are going to be reading. And yes. You know what? You know what the most embarrassing thing is I called myself the bad girl of booktube. I think that's the most embarrassing part is I decreed it and then everyone keeps mentioning it and I'm like, "Ah, that's right. I did call myself that, didn't I? Gosh, I got to live up to it. I think I got to become badder. I got to become tougher. I think I need like a grease makeover. Maybe that's what I need to do. Um that'll be in the works, friends. Not today though. And then yeah. Oh my gosh, so glad to take part this year for the first time. That is so lovely. And I'm sure Lexi's really excited when obviously to see veterans come back year and year, but it's especially fun as someone who also hosts readathons to know when like a new person shows up. So thanks so much for mentioning that. That's great. Okay, we're going to get to reading. I've got an hour on the clock. Let me change the screen. I've got too many screens. Which one do I want to do? This one. Okay. I will see you all in about an hour. Happy reading or take a break. Take a nap. That's also okay. See you when we get back. Hello, welcome back, everybody. Welcome to those who joined during that sprint. How did you do? I see that Kendra got to 27%, 28 pages for Lucas and grabbed a snack, 44% for Dragon Tree of Tempting Olivia. Awesome. Court ate that sprint, settling in to read now. Great. I ended up reading about a chapter and a half in The Infinite Sadness of Small Appliances. Friends, it's good. It's good. I'll tell you more once I get through some more of these comments. Susie read 40 pages. Awesome. Pam listened to 2 chapters, 70% through. Awesome. Hello, Raven. Welcome. Temmie is 50% through Metal Slinger. Great. Rowan's 43% through. Alex also got some coffee. Great. Figured out some of the barriers to your goals. Oh my gosh. Wonderful. So you're making progress in a different way. Hopefully you can accomplish your goals now that you've identified them. Let's see. Valentine's 28% through. Awesome. No. Okay. There is no anti-memetics division. Gina, you're going to have to let me know what you think of that because I've been seeing that everywhere. And now I'm wondering if I should read it. 88% for Caitlin. Great. Hello, Lady Momentous. Welcome to the party. Another 50 pages. That is great. Coffee cookies. Got halfway. Halfway point for road trip. Great, Sam. Let's see. Yay started, finished My Happy Marriage. Awesome. It might be Yay. You'll have to let me know if I'm pronouncing that correct. Chaotic Summer, finished Bromantasy. Glad you also made it to the chat. I'm glad we figured that out technologically. Just started a new book. Great Superman, Mrs. Superman, that is. And then Creative Beauty finished Summer Thaw. Ooh, I don't know what that book is, but it sounds kind of perfect, right? For the summer, because we're getting into summer stuff. And then Higher got 12% in. Hermetic Imp finished a chapter in Buffalo Hunter Hunter. I'm eyeing that book. I just don't know if it's the type of horror that will work for me. I've just heard that like animal death, and maybe not that book in particular, but the author, Stephen Graham Jones. I've never read anything by him before. Hello, Anne. Welcome. Glad you could make it. Katie got up to 58%. Great. Ash ended up making it through 10% more of Taiwan Travelogue, rolling through some graphic novels. Love to see it. And then we also got Ben here reading 20 pages, updated your work plan for daily writing. Best of luck on that. Another 100 pages for engineers. Love to see it. Get those pages in. And then getting stuff logged. Great. Checking on year-long reading logs. Ooh, yeah. Not just, reading journals, reading logs, spreadsheets. Make sure we're doing that. I need to get better about it. I've been trying to adjust my reading journal because I feel as though I'm just not really like putting enough effort into it, or I keep forgetting. I don't have the motivation, and maybe that's okay. Maybe this isn't the year for journaling. I do have a spreadsheet that I've been really good about though. 2 chapters for Hannah. Awesome. And a snack. A lot of people eating, planning for food, snacking. I'm here for it. That sounds great. Annette got to the point in the book you'd planned. Oh, great. And then you knitted. Great. 15 pages. Buffalo Hunter Hunter definitely has animal death, animal horror. Okay, good to know. Because it's just, there are certain books that I can handle it, like Bloom by Delilah S. Dawson. I've been reading A Lonely Broadcast. That has some animal-related horror. Yeah, it just depends. I think it depends on like what's happening, why is it happening, and all of that. So what I should do is just try the book, and then I can know if it's the type that can work for me. Because with content warnings, it just depends on how the author's writing it. Definitely has some brutal scenes with humans and animals alike. Okay, good to know. Historical horror. Oh yeah, sure, and doesn't shy away. That does not surprise me at all. What is so yucky? Southern states. Is it because it's really hot out, Andrea, or did I miss a comment? Also, for those who don't know, periodically YouTube will eat comments. So if I if it seems like I don't understand something, maybe it's because I missed a comment, just so people know. Uh, ooh, Evocation by S.T. Gibson. Good luck, Anne. And then, hello, Jess. How are you from the other side of the world? Hope you're doing well, friend. And then I see Bethany's here too. Hi, Bethany. Finally planted the garden, got some containers to plant up yet. But the main beds are done. That's awesome. Great progress. Also so behind on your reading journal. Okay. Thank you for making me feel better, Kakutska, because I'm just not been I've not been doing it, which is so funny because with every passing year, I make my reading journal far more simplistic. And then so maybe I just need to take a break from it and I can get to it later. And then preparing everything for printing for you. Yeah. And mine's even simpler than that. I don't print out or do stickers too often. But I love when people have finished journals. They look gorgeous, and I really like my finished ones from years past, which is kind of why I'm sad I'm not feeling the motivation this year. And then, Joanna, hello. Going to get ready for bed, snuggle with your book. Good. I hope that we can, keep you company while you're getting ready for bed. Definitely, people don't need to be hanging out here because I know that for me, my time zone, it's 3:30. But obviously, if we're like the further we get in time zones, it's getting later and later. It's the evening for some people. It's nighttime for others, and it's the morning for other people, like Jess, depending on where you are in the world. And then if you are on the fence about Buffalo Hunter Hunter, probably don't. That's a good point too, Anne. And then oh my gosh, hello, Rochelle. We have another co-host in the chat. Hope everyone has been having great sprints. Just got home from a thrift small store event. I hope it went well. Thanks for hanging out with us, but no pressure to be here, especially if you want to relax after running errands and being at that event. I hope you had fun. And then, Jess, my devices are doing weird things. That means it won't load any live streams without buffering or lagging. That might be my internet. You guys let me know if that seems to be the case, because I know sometimes it can be a question of, is it me, like as the viewer, or is it, the person who's streaming? I'm always worried about that if my own internet is failing me at the time I need it most. So yeah, sorry to hear that, Jess, if it is your devices. I hope that gets fixed soon. And then I see that Chris is here too. Hello. Came in with about 20 minutes left at that sprint, and you're able to finish the chapter you want. Perfect. Ooh, banh mi sounds delicious, Raven. And cherry tomatoes. Oh my gosh. I've been craving those lately, weirdly enough. Okay, the stream is smooth for me. Lovely, smooth for a few people. Okay. Because you never know. You really don't know. And I'd rather know if it's me so I can try to fix things. Because it definitely sometimes you can't tell who's having the issue for sure. Oh, it was a lot of fun. We found some cute bookish items. I'll be here in the chat so I can stay motivated to do things. Okay, great. Happy to keep you motivated, even though you're technically, my competition. I want you to be reading as well, making progress. So yeah, lovely to have you, friend. And then internet has been doing that all today and yesterday. Okay, so and I mean, the other thing could be that YouTube's doing stuff, right? Like sometimes it's the app or the forum we're using. So there's just too many ways for things to go wrong when we're using things on the internet. Oh my goodness. Has anyone else heard of this book, Death on the Caldera? I've been meaning to read it. It was brought to my attention by Danny Dabbles. And she's like, Leandra, have you seen this? Clearly you should read it. And she wants to read it too. And so it's been on my want to read list, but I haven't really been seeing people talk about it. I hope that you're enjoying it. Let me know, or if you're just kind of finishing it to finish it. But it looks really good. It seems like I know. I think it's on a train, and it might even be a bit fantasy mystery-esque. That might be why I'm so intrigued by it. The cover just kind of screams me, I think. And then I'll have better luck with a series tracking journal than last year. Okay, last multiple years. Good to know. And then hello, Joe or Jolyn. Welcome. Let's see who else. Yeah, we are rivals, Rochelle, but like happy to be rivals, right? It's all in good fun. Much more spiritual nature horror, where they are involved in the animals human shifting. Oh, okay. That's regarding the Stephen Graham Jones. So good to know. Good to know. I still want to give it a try, but that might just not be the book that I try reading by him. waiting on a contractor to arrive. Hope they come on time, Brittany. I know a lot of times they give you like that window. Hopefully they come within the window, because there's always this like, are they going to come outside the window? Because that means I've just been waiting here for no reason. Oh my gosh, it's on your TBR too. I'm telling you, like, look it up, friends. It might not be for everyone, but it looks really good. And if it is good, I'm hoping it gets the hype that it deserves, because I really haven't been seeing anyone mention it. And then Ellen, hello, Ellen. I've been editing today, so hoping to get a bit of reading done this evening. 9:30. Yeah, we'll help you lull yourself to sleep. Read until you get tired, and then you can feel like you've accomplished a lot today. Congratulations on editing. That's something I need to get done too. I have a lot of stuff I need to edit that I just haven't had the motivation to do for sure. Tracking books that you're reading on a spreadsheet. Yes. Okay. That's what I've just decided to do this year. It's helping me, and it's quite simple. It's helping me track the data I want to track without feeling as though I'm, wasting time, because I can just quickly type the stuff in and then move on with my day. Fantasy mystery at a train. That's what I thought, and that's why I want to read it so badly. I love train settings. I love mysteries, and I especially love speculative mysteries, so like sci-fi mystery or fantasy mystery. So it sounds really good. Not loving the audiobook though. I should have finished your comment. So you might recommend the physical book instead. Okay, so you're thinking that it's the voice narrator or narrators that might be the problem, or depending on how it's structured, it might not work for audio. I have seen that in the past, especially if it's structured and having multiple POVs, and if it's changing between chapters. I know that people can have a hard time with that on audiobook. So good to know. Good to know. I'm going to keep that in mind. I'm pretty sure I only have access to the ebook, if I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm on hold for the ebook. I don't think I have access to the audiobook anyway. Hello, born to be meow. I love your channel name, your handle. Starting Ender's Game today for the first time. Buddy reading with your bestie. Oh, it's her favorite. I hope you like it. That can feel a lot of pressure. I think a lot of us have been there, where someone in our life that we care deeply for has recommended a book that they love, and now everyone involved is just kind of crossing your fingers that you love it too, because it can be rough. So I hope that you love it just as much as your friend has loved it in the past, and she's reading it with you. Oh, that's fun. I've definitely done that too, where I've buddy read a book with someone else, and one of us has been, we're already reading it, so we're rereading it with the person. That can be super fun for discussions as well. And then, I just like lost my little pop out comments. There they are. Would definitely try Stephen Graham Jones, even if it's not Buffalo Hunter Hunter. Okay, good to know, Lucas. Do you think I'd like Death on the Caldera? Even when I don't like Agatha Christie. Oh, like, this is fascinating. Okay, so Agatha Christie is obviously the queen of crime. A lot of people associate her with the mystery genre, as they should, and with thrillers. So if you like thrillers, but you don't like Agatha Christie, that in itself proves what I'm about to say. She's not the end all for mysteries. If she's the only mystery writer that anyone's tried, or if that's kind of your baseline of what a mystery is like, that in no way suggests that you're not going to enjoy mysteries, especially when you're throwing in other like fantastical elements. Another good example, many of you are probably tired of me mentioning this series, but The Tainted Cup. It's a Sherlockian mystery in a fantasy world, but you don't have to be a fan of Sherlock Holmes to love The Tainted Cup. And if you love Sherlock Holmes, that doesn't mean you're going to love The Tainted Cup, even though it's literally a reimagining of A Study in Scarlet. So I think that there is still a really high chance that you'll like Death in the Caldera, because mysteries nowadays too are quite different from classic golden age. So yes, I mean, I haven't read it, but that just because you haven't liked Agatha Christie, don't feel as though that throws all other mysteries out the window. Another mystery person that I love so much, an author, Tana French. I love her. She does not write anything like Agatha Christie, but they're both mystery writers. And so, anyways, we're going to move on because I go crazy for the mystery genre, and I love talking about it. So yeah. And if you do try it, I would love to hear you report back. And even if you don't like that also just means that that's another area of mystery you might not like. But as with all genres, there's a lot of subgenres and different types of plots. Same with like a romance, right? People who don't like, friends to lovers, that doesn't mean they wouldn't like enemies to lovers. Like, so, There we are. Gonna start The Whole Truth by Haley Cass. Next sprint sounds great. And then, hello, Jen. Welcome. We're about to go into another sprint. Okay. Let me just finish the last couple comments, and then we'll get into our next sprint, friends. I was doing so well too. I was keeping an eye on the timer. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna stop talking, and then we're gonna go into a sprint. And then you guys got me hyped about whatever we're talking about. Hope you're all doing well. You too, Jen. You spent a quiet morning, lovely, with the second Gale song trilogy. Getting list ready for your errand sounds great. Need to know. Oh, I need you to know my kitten is very invested in this yap. He keeps watching you intently. I am honored. Love that people, humans, are watching my sprints, obviously, but to know that I have caught the attention of a kitten. I'm sorry, guys, you come second. Court's cat is gonna be like I am determined to make your cat like my number one fan. Just so you know, now that you've told me that. I also can't wait for the third book. It's gonna be so good. Crossing my fingers. It should be, but you never really know. And yes, I'm not trying to hype myself up, I promise. But I do have a fantasy mystery recommendation video. Actually, I think it's just called, top fantasy mystery book recs. And I actually end up going as a spectrum where I think I start the most fantasy and go further into mystery because obviously a genre blend is a spectrum. So, like a fantasy mystery, it could actually be more mystery fantasy where the fantasy is the main genre. But yes, I do actually. So, if people are interested in that, you found the right channel. I love fantasy mysteries so, so much. And then meant mostly because, oh, it's inspired by Murder on the Orient Express. Well, then I'm so glad I made the comparison to Tainted Cup and Sherlock Holmes because that in no way means that you won't. I am such a huge fan of Sherlockian reimaginings, and I'm very much not a huge fan of Sherlock Holmes. Like I've enjoyed the short stories by Arthur Conan Doyle, but I'm not really that impressed by his novellas, any of the like longer form I've read by Arthur Conan Doyle. So like I'm okay. I'm actually really glad I made that comparison. I didn't realize how close it was. So he meowed. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now I gotta really impress this cat friends. We're only talking about cat friendly topics in the next chat. I'm telling you right now. We gotta keep Courtney's cat like fully focused on us. But okay, on that note, friends, we're going to jump into this next sprint. 59 minutes, 56 seconds. Hopefully, you can get some productivity done. But if not, not a big deal. Take care of yourselves. Do whatever you want for this hour. How about that? Okay, let me make myself small and I'll see you when we get back. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. How did we do? I see that Lucas got to page 75 in Paradox Inc. Awesome. I am 30% through The Infinite Sadness of Small Appliances already. That's how fast this is going. I'm only 3 chapters in. And it's essentially, I'll tell you guys this, it's like a sci-fi version of Up. Like, in a way, we have like an older protagonist. He is having to deal with like the loss of his wife, and we have a little Roomba who's just kind of witnessing all of this, and she's trying to understand what emotions are. She self-named herself, so she named herself Scout after To Kill a Mockingbird because she heard him reading aloud to his wife while she was bedridden. And it's been very interesting to hear. It's and also kind of like Toy Story, where all of the appliances are kind of like the toys, where they're trying to like understand humans and their relationship with them, but they're also supposed to not be seen or heard. As far as like when humans are in the room and what they're doing, you're not really supposed to interact with them. There's a little boy down the street who wants to use their piano because the older man's wife used to like do piano lessons, and so it just has the vibe of Up. Like, it's not like the house doesn't float away or whatever. But it's been very sweet. Like, I feel like it's a mixture of Toy Story and Up. And yeah, it's been very sweet so far. I've really enjoyed it. It's been really, really cute. Where are we though in the comments? And yes, a little Woomba, Roomba. Uh-oh, friends. My R's are becoming W's. If you know, you know. That means that my speech is going downhill. Court made some progress. Awesome. Still snuggling with the kitties. Temmie did too. So did Pam. Awesome. Oh, congratulations, Ben, finishing your book just in time before my shift starts. Ah, lovely. Love when that happens. We got to work, unfortunately, better when we can finish our book before then. Lauren's making progress in The Familiar. Great. Jolin's on page 254. Lovely. Oh my goodness. 60% into Monte Cristo. That's a big one. And then hello, Aiden. Welcome. You've been cleaning all day. Just took a break to continue reading Vanishing World. Ooh, very nice. Congrats on getting some cleaning done. And then Joanna got ready for bed. Good for you. I hope that you sleep well. You read 33 pages. Awesome. And then Tamika, hello, late, glad I was able to join. Me too. And then the book is now further up my list. True, honestly, and it's quite short, I will say. So I'm 30% in. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm already 30% in. I looked it up, and it's only about 230 pages. I think the hardback is. So it's also quite a bite-sized book. It's not too intimidating in size. But it's been very sweet. I've really enjoyed watching the world through Scout, and she's had to, the other appliances call her child because she's like younger than them, and she's just trying to understand the world and engage with the humans, even though that's technically not allowed. And so she's been trying to figure out ways to still talk to them. And it's been very cute. And then let's see, 68%. Won't finish tonight. That's okay. You'll finish tomorrow or another day. As long as you aren't threatened by a book being returned, like a library due date, you've got time to finish it. And then took a nap during the last chatty bit. I hope that it was a refreshing nap, Nat. Bronwyn, I saw that you popped in. Follow me to the U Tree. You'll be surprised, friends. I've read that book. I have actually read that romance. And it was really compelling. It was interesting, especially regards to this discussion of, like death. A being who kind of represents or works for death, and her having to like kind of grapple with whether or not she should follow her duties and allow this man to go to the other side, but she kind of falls in love with him. So I found it quite compelling. It was interesting and some good representation too. And then now I'm like losing my place in the comments. I do think I'm going to nap though. Eyes are heavy. Yes, Court, sleep. The kitties are telling you, sleep with us, sleep with us. Let their purrs just put you into like a state of bliss. And then 38% for Mrs. Superman. Awesome. Laundry, deleting emails, junk emails. I need to do that too, Raven. Bethany, there's a DNF in the chat. You DNF'd the Burning God last night. So you're in between reads. Oh, so this didn't even happen during sprints. This was before. You do you pick up Dawn? Is it Dawn Shard? Dawn's Hard. I think it's Dawn Shard by Sanderson, a novella. Okay, or do you pick up The Three Body Problem? I would say that I'm more attracted to The Three Body Problem, but I'm also not as familiar with Sanderson's work. So I'm sure some people are saying, obviously, you should go for Sanderson. I can't be the one to tell you, follow your heart. And made progress, 20%, awesome. 40% for a Jaina or a Hena, lovely. And then Danny is also about 60% done with Monte Cristo. Oh my gosh. What are the chances? Especially with how big of a book that is. You guys are around the same percentage. Very weird. I see Cherie. Hello, Cherie. Welcome. And Christy. Hello, Christy. Oh my gosh, people are popping in. So fun to see you guys. Trying to finish up The Princess Bride for tomorrow. Nothing like procrastinating. I get it. I'm like that too, especially because you want to keep the story fresh in your mind. I feel like that happens quite a bit depending on how voraciously you read. The more books I read in the month, the more I need to make sure the book I'm reading for a book club or a discussion is closer to said discussion because I want to make sure I can talk about it. But then that adds pressure because you feel as though you're rushing yourself, and so you can't win. You just can't win. So don't worry, Christy, you got it. And it is just like a discussion in the Discord. So when you get to it, there's not too much pressure. I also need to draft my discussion questions. I got to make sure that I can make sure that I'm encouraging curating some scintillating discussions in the book club. But we'll see if I can manage to do that. And then Karen's on page 230 of Anatomy of an Alibi. Oh yeah, that one's been making its rounds because isn't that the newest Ashley Elston book? And I think was it her book last year that like took the book community by storm? I think so. And then made it to 26%. Think your brain is too tired to deal with politics right now. Care for yourself. It's important for us to be global citizens, be aware and participate when we can. But we also need to know when we've done enough for the day, at least, or for a time, and we can kind of like take a break from it. So if you feel as though you've reached the overwhelming point where you're mentally exhausted, fully understand taking a break from that. And then, we've got to vote for Dawn Shard. And then you're in the middle of Oathbringer. So yeah, biased. I was gonna say, like, I'm biased as well because the Three Body Problem feels more like something I'm interested in as well. Oh, you're reading Three Body Problem graphic novel series. Interesting as a volume 3. That's so funny that we're talking about that. And I'm assuming it's different. I'm assuming those are two different books. Well, on that note, friends, I do want to apologize for those who just joined, but I am going to be ending sprints now. This has been fun. We've, tried to focus for a good 2 sprints, 2 1-hour-long sprints, but my stomach has been growling during this chat, and I do think it's time for me to get offline and prepare a nice hearty dinner. Don't know what that's going to be, but I really do appreciate you all hanging out with me. I hope that I'm able to see you guys at least in the comments for Lexi's closing sprints. When I started, that's the same time I'm pretty sure she's starting tomorrow. So as far as time zones go, but obviously you can go to her channel to double check that as well. So it's 2 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. I will probably be joining late because I have an event in my own YouTube memberships. We have a watch party, but then, I'm going to be joining those sprints and I'm very excited about it. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate you. Take care of yourselves. If you haven't been drinking water in the past 3 hours, be sure to drink some water. If you haven't eaten, ask your body if you're hungry. And you can always take a nap, go to bed. That's fine. The books will wait until another day. Until next time, friends, I'll see you. Bye, everybody.